Hello, and welcome to the Bel-E and Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Bel-E.
And I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, it was cold this morning.
It was.
Like
115 yesterday.
Yeah, something like that. This morning, it was like 20-something.
I almost had to strip yesterday.
Indeed.
Well, when the wind quit, it was brutal, man. The sun started beating down on you. You get hot.
Yeah, it's the type of, humidity hot that always gets me.
And today, it's just cold. It's like build a fire cold. Yeah.
Well, to me, no, because...
No, it's supposed to be down in the 20s tonight.
Oh, tonight? Oh, well, then by all means. Well, here's the thing. This morning, it was pretty chilly. I had to put on some layers.
I saw the rain.
Yeah, the rain was nice.
Rain was nice.
And then the sun came out, took off a couple layers, because it's fine, and I guess we're going to get into the 20s tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. My solution to extreme weather is just add or subtract layers, but then again, when I'm by myself here,
Yeah.
I usually turn the air conditioning and heating off, because...
You like living in a cave?
Well, I just add more layers, and running AC and heating all the time is expensive.
Yeah, and I enjoy the coolness of it.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps me sleep.
Indeed. Yeah, I don't mind it when it gets warm. I just need a fan, really.
Yeah, and then it's going to get down cold again. And then it's going to heat back up. You know what? I don't know what it is about that Pakistani feel there in Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
But I guess it must be local, whatever he predicts.
Yeah, I was about to say, here's the thing. That whole Bill Murray Groundhog Day bullshit. I'm just gonna say it. All that, 6 weeks of winter versus no 6 weeks of winter bullshit, that has to be localized to that area. Because we live in an area of our country where none of that applies. None of it.
Good for them.
Yeah, I don't mean the Groundhog Day in general. I just mean the rules of weather does not apply.
Don't drive angry.
Don't drive angry.
Yeah.
Pop this open. Yeah.
Well, hey.
Hey, are you tangled up?
I'll get there.
I was about to say, please don't drop that recording machine.
So yeah. No, where I come from, we eat groundhogs. We don't let them predict winter. We serve them with biscuits.
Biscuits and gravy. Just how it is.
Man.
I don't know. Last week was pretty...
A really large squirrel. Yeah, it was pretty good week.
It was pretty good week last week. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing super eventful.
No. Saw the market finally roll over.
Oh, it did?
Well, yeah.
How did the hell did you tell?
It is gonna fight up and try to create a right shoulder.
Yeah.
You already got a left shoulder. You got a head. You got a right shoulder.
Is this on the Dow?
This is on the Dow.
Oh.
Now, crypto may be a little. Well, like I said, I haven't. We're all watching and learning exactly what kind of application crypto is going to have.
Of course.
Crypto may be the go-to bear market for the
that? Is that?
Is that the Dow?
Yeah, that's the Dow.
Yeah. Spread it out this way.
Oh, how do I do that?
I don't know. Hit that right there.
Yeah.
And then pull that back that way.
I'm going.
No. I want the beginning.
The beginning of the
or
Dow.
Where we are now. There you go. Okay. All right. So you got the price there.
Yeah.
which is the top of the left shoulder. You see where the momentum is.
Yeah.
Okay. You see price here.
Yeah.
You see how the momentum is lower than the previous momentum peak?
Yes.
Although the price is higher.
Yes.
That's the left shoulder.
Yeah. This one.
That's the head.
This is the head.
And this is going to be the right shoulder.
This is going to be the right shoulder. And then it's going to go down.
And then it's going to fail. Let's see. If you draw a trend line from here through here, up through here.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. If you draw that trend line,
yeah,
you'll have to go from here to here. See that?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's going to try. So it's going to try to fight in this range.
Mm-hmm.
But if it drops below the medium there,
it's going to drop.
It's going to roll off the table.
All right. Which is what we're kind of hoping for anyway.
Well, I'm just saying that's what everybody's predicting. That's why they're talking about. I don't really understand how changing the rate yet. I don't really understand yet how changing the rates that the Fed changes has an effect. But basically, what they are telling you is that the market is going to. It's going to decrease. Let's get crazy. Yeah, I can pull out and see. That's what you got to. That's what you got to understand about information as is conveyed to us. Someone is pulling out a thesaurus and trying to emphasize. They're not really telling you a story. Not really telling you a lie per se.
Sure.
Yes, the word collapse does in a certain perspective equal drop.
Yeah.
But the original understanding of it should be drop. Some people will predict it as a collapse. It's just something that's just going to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Perhaps a lot of this just has to do with the fact that you don't want to spook people per se.
Well, some sources of information do want to spook people.
No dir.
I see some of the past history hallmarks of information conveyance being challenged on a level that they've never reached before. So, it is that's kind of why you need to understand a certain technical aspect of the market. So you don't, because what you don't realize is all that stuff that they're telling you on the news.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the language that they're using, you're setting yourself up.
Sure.
That goes for Wall Street and Main Street.
Yeah.
Especially Main Street.
No dir.
So.
No, I get understanding the language does help and is applicable. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's done intentionally, or I know it is being done intentionally, or otherwise. But here's the thing, a lot of the stock trade or just trading in general books that you've given me, with one exception, it's taught and it's written and taught in a very technical manner, and not many people have that inner reader's ear for technical writing.
No, because most technical writing is pretty boring, actually.
Exactly.
It pays a lot. I've observed.
Sure, but at the end of the road, most of these books telling you how to do it, it's written in a very obtuse, not very intuitive way.
Oh yeah, even the people that write it will tell you it's boring as hell.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like, why can't you guys just talk to somebody who knows how to write?
Well,
like when you say how you look at a chart, someone's able to translate it in such a way where it makes sense to the layman.
Well,
With the one notable exception.
I mean, we talk about, that's a very interesting conversation. We talk about how to speak in parables.
Sure.
And many people cannot. It's not they don't want to. It's not they don't want. It's not that people purposefully want to be misunderstood. They just don't own the ability to translate their thoughts in a platform that throws the biggest understanding.
Sure.
Net.
Sure.
So to speak.
No, I get that.
And
something I've dealt with a lot of my life, where I'm able to I'm able to communicate certain ideas and thoughts of mine in such a way, and a lot of my peers or the people I'm talking to, they just don't have the capacity or didn't have the capacity to kind of understand what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, they're just, it's the children of doctors usually become doctors. The children of lawyers usually become lawyers. Mm-hmm. The children of golf pros usually become golf pros.
It's just what they know.
It's what they know. And the children of communicators are usually communicators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, it doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't. If it's something you're truly interested in and you dedicate yourself to, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that it is something that is unobtainable.
Sure.
It's extremely obtainable to those who are interested in it.
Indeed.
In as much as things that you are not interested in, that you try, that you are. Well, me personally, think about all the benefits of participating in a particular career. Mm-hmm. But then, realizing that the work that it takes to be good in that career is not something that I'm able to put forth because it's not something I'm interested in.
Indeed.
So find that thing that you're interested in.
Sure. I mean, I kind of wish that there was a way to take like a cursory glance at stuff like that. Like say hypothetically, I'm interested in estheticianry, which is just skincare,
right.
Positive. That doesn't mean I necessarily want to be an esthetician. I want to take the classes and have the knowledge for it.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean I want a career in it. I don't know. I've just gotten to the point where I just kind of want to be left alone. Like, I've dabbled in, the whole acting and modeling and maybe writing. I haven't really given up on writing. I just need information. I've dabbled in all these, public speaking stuff, and it's like, at the end of the day, I'm just like, I just want to be by myself in a room or in just by myself in a place. Like, hypothetically, if 10 years ago there was this level of job market for remote jobs,
right,
I would have been doing that instead. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm uninterested.
You might as well try to figure out how to do it now.
Exactly. Especially now.
Try to figure out how to make a living from your home base.
Which we are.
Base.
Yes.
Home base.
Yes. Which we technically are. So, it's not that I'm uninterested in all these things. I've just gotten to the point where I've realized that about myself. I just want to be by myself, be on my own schedule, on my own time. If I want to pick up if I want to go to a computer or pick up my phone and press a button to earn money, then I'll do that when I feel like it.
Right.
But other than that, I'm just doing whatever the hell I feel like doing. And I can't really see that changing.
No.
And it's not really in the culture anymore to do that 9 to 5 days a week job anymore. It is very quickly changing.
Yeah, it is.
So,
and I see it. I see it evolving.
Yeah.
You know,
because people are just tired of having. It's not having a job that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's the fact that nowadays people have to have 2, 3, even 4 jobs, and all of this side hustle culture, just in order to get by, not get rich.
Right, not get rich.
Yeah, not to get rich, not to become a millionaire by the time you retire, or like in the next 5 to 10 years. Not a millionaire or not a billionaire with side hustles and all these jobs, just to get by.
Yeah, just to get by.
That's the difference. Just to pay rent, to afford food, and, any other costs, babysitting, bills, mortgage, car, whatever.
Yeah.
So, in a manner of speaking, I don't know what it's going to do for the future. It was probably for the best that we got hit by that beer flu. Obviously, not to the people who died, but just in turn of flipping everything on its head. And people kind of getting that little wake-up call of, oh, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, because the rest of my life could be tomorrow, you see.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, it's that whole thing.
Kind of woke a bunch of people up.
Oh, it definitely did. I think I said it a couple weeks ago.
Speaking of woke, it woke a bunch of people up.
Yes. It's kind of like a couple weeks ago I talked about how there's this trope in movies and TV where there's a character who does like the same commute, same office job or same job, whatever,
right,
day after day after day after day, and then finally this person's like really old and then they die, and when they die they're like, oh, I wasted my life. Why didn't I do this? If only I had more time. Yeah, people across the globe had that moment. And they didn't have to get until their 80s or 90s just yet.
Right.
They had that huge moment of clarity of, I've wasted my life, if only I had more time. And they realized they did have more time. This is why you see all this stuff about people essentially trying to retire and start, like, homesteads and, community communes and stuff like that. Going back to that basic living off the land type shit. Which, during the fall of empires, has a tendency to happen anyway. People just go back to the old ways, tending to the land.
Well,
retreating from the cities.
If you have that ability.
Mm-hmm.
Or, honestly and truly, it really is an ability, is respect for it.
Yes.
If you don't understand the power of it,
mm-hmm.
then it's beneath you.
Yeah.
Knowledge is easily obtained.
Oh,
we have a bookshelf of anything and everything you could possibly imagine in that type of scenario over there.
And I've grabbed enough PDFs on my flash drive.
But you have to have a respect for that type of of that knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, me personally, I'm not saying I want to grow a whole field of corn or nothing like that. And I'm not that into it where I would just straight up become a full-time farmer.
But you could if you wanted to.
But I could if I wanted to.
Right, you could if you wanted to. And that's what's important.
Yeah, I would just rather just have like this big plot of land, excuse me, the house, it's connected to electricity. I still like the internet and electricity, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we need to go back to the rustic Middle Ages where we all fucking died of dysentery and had to have 27 kids and only have 2 of them survive.
Well,
I'm not saying that.
That's that armchair quarterback kind of perspective.
Exactly.
What is considered the Middle Ages by our population based on what we read in history class a couple hundred years from now could look back on us and consider the Middle Ages as being 3G. Ooh,
Oh, I know.
the download speed was so slow.
No. No. I understand that is
NSA
coming.
Inquisition. No, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
No, in 100
it's-
years, they're going to be looking back on this exact point in time going, they had to use keyboards and a mouse to operate a computer?
I guess.
What the fuck is wrong with with those people?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that's going to
Cave
happen.
persons.
Yeah, I know.
Non-binary cave persons.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's so crazy because, you know, by the time I'm going to be, old and, in that retiring age with my grandkids, I am just going to start quoting all of the outdated meme terminology that I've grown up with. Ain't no one going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm going to throw something at my grandchild. And I'll just be like, they're going to be like, throw the ball, Grandma. And I'm like, okay, little Leslie. Yeet! Throw the baseball.
Excuse me. Yep. Yeet.
Yeah, as a grandma.
Your grandma was a yeet.
My grandma does not say yeet.
No.
Your ma does not say yeet.
I don't think she has the ability to
No.
phrase those syllables, actually.
No. I don't know. I think that's also another reason why,
She could never pronounce that term without a question mark emphasis on the end of it.
Definitely.
Yeet?
Definitely.
Yeah, no.
I do also know that's a big contributing factor as to the continued popularity of tattoos is just when everyone's old and retired, they just look like fucking rock stars, old people. Because that's something that we don't see at this particular moment in time.
Yeah.
Very old people and tattoos on them.
I've seen it.
I know you've seen it.
It's not even fun either. Most people with tattoos, they party too much and it wears their liver out and it kills their skin.
Well, it's because they didn't take care of themselves. I'm talking about people
I can't
who
disagree with that.
Well, here's the thing. Most of the time, it's like these really, as of right now, it's usually like these really rugged bikers or some kind of in that direction type, like a really rough individual who would get like a bunch of tattoos and is old now.
Today?
No, back then. When you see people, when you see elderly people.
When I was a kid, yeah, that's the way it was.
When you see
but now
elderly
it's like a fashion
people.
statement.
No, I get it. When you
have
see
disposable income.
When you see elderly people nowadays with a bunch of tattoos, it's because in their youth they were very rugged individuals. Bikers, military folk, possibly travelers, kind of living in relatively extreme circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
However, since it is a fashion statement nowadays, it's not always super rugged or self-destructive individuals who get the tattoos. Therefore, there is a larger percentage of old people in the future who will have taken care of themselves with tattoos that are not going to look sad and saggy.
Oh, you mean posers?
By the time all this happens, I'll just be happy when you're dead.
That's right.
It ain't my fault that the primary people that keep getting tattoos are high-class chefs.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know either.
It's like, I don't, of course around here it used to be a forbidden thing.
Oh, I know.
You couldn't even get one in the state. You had to go to another state.
Yeah, you had. There's probably like, it's like the difference between a dry county and a not dry county.
Right.
Just you go right over the line, and there's all these liquor stores just right over the county line.
Right.
Same deal.
Same deal.
Yeah. No, honestly, the only thing there is literally.
You know what? And if that's what the locals want, that's their business.
Yeah, that's their business.
If you don't like it and you're not in the majority, get the fuck out of town or shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Either
I know.
way. You
Yeah,
know?
we're about to deal with some of that with all the people moving around.
Yeah, I know. That's what irritates me. They're all
Yeah.
coming in. Man, they're coming in here fast. I mean, I knew they would.
But not
Word
this
got it.
fast.
Well,
that's
I mean,
because
who in the hell knows? I mean, I have no frame of reference. I mean,
Sure.
what, you know.
Well, I mean, here's the part of the problem. Places around like New York, like say New York City, is a fucking hellhole now.
It really is. It's
Like,
just like the
don't-
late 70s. It was really bad in the late 70s.
Yeah, it is. Oh, excuse me. It is basically just a non-futuristic version of Escape from New York.
It's very dirty and dystopian.
Yeah,
yes.
I know, and it's just like, guys, you keep talking like New York's the greatest city in the world, but you let shit like this go down.
I remember when, you know, it was called New York. I don't know. They really don't emphasize this anymore, but it used to be called New York, used to be called the Big Apple.
Yeah.
In the late 70s, it got so bad in New York, there was like this big icon that had the New York Big Apple had a worm in it.
Yeah.
But
it's now back to doing that.
Yeah, it's back to doing that, yeah.
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 And of course, thanks to California, the West Coast is just fucked.
They've done themselves in. They've run the tax base out.
Yeah, they run the tax base out, and then some of those people, they don't learn their lesson, and they go to other places where the tax rate is cheaper, and then they start doing dumb shit that drives that tax bracket out of the area that they just moved into.
They don't realize their voting habits they brought with them is
and
going to create the mess they just left.
Yes, and they've essentially, Californians have essentially, and it's not just where we are, it's not just in this geographic location, it's even on the West Coast in like the Oregon and Washington and Nevada, on that side.
Yeah.
Even they, who are like next door neighbors, even they consider Californians to be essentially locusts.
Oh, yeah.
Because they get it too.
Yeah, because they have
to deal with it too, even worse than we do.
I mean, it's almost like when you see these news stories over on the other side of the other hemisphere of the world.
How so?
No,
Which
I mean
part?
they you know, when a war breaks out and there's all these immigrants that leave where they're from and go somewhere else. It's same type of dynamic taking place.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me how it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
It's a different kind of weapon that's being used. It's an economic weapon.
Using people essentially as
locusts. It's just making the local standard of living so either unobtainable or well, let's go with unattainable. Just the basic standard of living and getting in and enjoying your life and getting by is unobtainable. So you move somewhere where you can enjoy your life.
Sure.
So if you're not enjoying your life where you are,
then
something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong.
So there are people that what's so crazy about what's going on in some parts of North America where certain political ideologies are being allowed to influence and run free, unchecked, that are outside, in my opinion, what North America is about. When people have the opportunity to leave it, they do.
Yeah.
And the only people that stay are the ones that don't have the opportunity to leave.
Indeed. Well, you can say that about anywhere.
Well, yeah, that's true, but, there comes a point where you have to understand that if people with the means leave, and the people without means don't, then you have to understand that these people without means are being held prisoner.
Yes.
Because if they had the ability, they'd leave.
Yeah.
It's just like slavery.
Oh.
Yeah. See, when a person is locked to a chain around their leg or inside of a cell with a steel door, they can't leave.
Yeah.
So if they can't leave on their own by their own physical intention and ability, then it's not really a challenge. I ask anybody to definitively disagree. They are a prisoner.
Yeah.
So
yes,
these prisoners, they
riot.
Well, yes, they do riot, and they also continue to be their own worst enemy. They continue to what is happening is there's a situation that's created. Although they are in the worst possible situation, they are still existing, and their drive is to exist above all else.
Sure.
So they continue to engage this structure, this paradigm that holds them down but keeps them in existence, to overthrow it. Because
they don't have the ability to leave.
Well, they do, but not without some type of violent capitulation. And
what the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking. What I'm saying is,
no. What
people
specifically are you talking about? Are you talking about people who are like in this economic iron in chains? Who they're like having the 2 to 3 jobs, just barely subsisting, but they don't have the capacity to move somewhere else? Or do you mean like a wartime?
Well, I mean, I think it's possible to understand both. I mean, these people, they have the iron will discipline to hold these 2 and 3 jobs that keep them where they are.
But if they had gone somewhere else where they could work the same 2 to 3 jobs, but at like a better wage, possibly.
That's why people come here from other countries.
Yeah, that is true.
And buy a gas station that's bottom of the barrel, and they sleep in the back. They never leave the place.
I know what you're referring to.
And they become rich, not wealthy, but they become rich. They become
better than they were.
Better than they were. And they put the same type of effort into that 24-hour-a-day slave type of mentality into a capitalistic type of endeavor that pays them back 1,000-fold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it is possible.
But it is possible, and then you have people in this country. That in North America that are putting forth that effort, that if they just move somewhere,
they'd be better off.
Their standard of living would elevate. That's why they come here.
No, I get it.
Because they're putting in the same amount of work somewhere else and getting less, so they come here and put in the same amount of work and get more.
No, I get it.
Or come here and put in the same amount of work and get everything.
Sure.
See?
I get it.
That's what it is.
I get that.
And that's why people come to North America from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what capitalism is.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Ultimately, that's what capitalism is.
Ultimately.
Yes, it is survival of the fittest. No, it has been socialized by the government at large over North America. Yes, it has been socialized. Oh, you people just get checks and national. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But the fact of the matter is that people still will come here from other countries because they know the same amount of work that just keeps them. It's just like people moving from the West Coast. They're moving to the East Coast because whatever effort they put in out there just keeps them subsistent, where here they can thrive.
The difference
and that's why they come here.
Which, here's the thing. Okay, let me phrase. Okay, best case scenario of what is in my opinion, what is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
When you go from an established culture and you move somewhere where you have something entirely different, like where we are, where people on the East Coast and from the North come to our area. The best case scenario is that, they kind of adapt to the situation. No, I don't mean assimilate.
Well,
I mean adapt.
Yeah, adapt, not assimilate.
No, there's a big difference.
That's usually a generational thing.
Correct. Now, here's the thing. What I mean by that is that they recognize that something here, or just in general, works.
Right.
And by adapting to it means you don't, here's the thing. Assimilation is completely removing your previous identity and just wholeheartedly, 100% overriding it and embracing what's here.
Pure assimilation, yeah.
Sure. I don't believe in that.
I don't believe
Unless you have nothing to go back to.
Right. I agree.
That's fine. Completely resisting it, I don't care for that either, because you came from somewhere that didn't serve you, didn't serve your family, or just wasn't working.
And that's why you left.
And that's why you left. So if you, and that's kind of what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
so you
whatever,
come to somewhere else.
So whatever thing you were going to arrive and receive,
yes,
it's still here.
It's still here.
Right.
So, you're complaining about it and bitching about it. That's not cool.
No, it ain't cool.
What I mean by adapting is you come here, you kind of go with the jive, you go with the flow a little bit.
Right.
Doesn't have to be 100%, say,
no.
like you still celebrate your own holidays, or you still do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do that here.
Yeah, you can do that here. And then when people around who lived around here, they go, "Hey, what you doing?" And then that's your opportunity to showcase it.
Right.
Like you go, where I'm from, when we have a party or a gathering, we do this, or we serve this, or this is our dance, this is our food.
We cook a pig, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
That is how
we cook a, fill in the blank.
Yeah, exactly. And then you share culture.
Share culture.
And then that person who is not native to that culture, they introduce their friends to it and go, "Hey, look at this. Ain't this cool?" And then it kind of spins off and it gets readapted and adapted.
Right.
That's
True.
the best case scenario.
And that's honestly and truly, that's usually how it goes.
Sure. What I am most afraid of by all these folk moving to our location,
right,
is not doing that.
Yeah.
Either total assimilation, which is just completely leaving behind anything they've known before, which I don't believe in unless you just have nothing to go back to.
Right.
Or
people get nostalgic.
People get nostalgic. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not really.
So, or, in my opinion, the worst part, or the worst half of it, you essentially resist and complain, not you specifically, just resist, complain, can't get with the groove, and even, harbor a hatred for it, despite the fact that something here works. And then you start making strives and changes to change it to kind of where it's basically the same place that you just left, but in a geographically different location.
Right.
In my opinion, people who do that need to be shot. And this doesn't
for legal reasons. This is a joke.
For legal reasons, this is a joke. And I'm not talking about just our area. I
shot
just
out
mean
of a cannon.
Yeah.
The catapult.
Into a brick wall.
Hammock.
Just like George Carlin would have wanted.
Yes.
And that doesn't just have to be for our area. This can be literally anything else, where if you leave a hellhole, basically is what I'm trying to say, if you leave a hellhole to go somewhere where the grass is actually greener and complain that there's not enough fire, and so you start setting fires to make it the same hellhole that you just left, well, guess what? Not only did you just fuck yourself, you fucked everyone around you that didn't have to grow up in a hellhole.
Innocents.
Exactly.
Who didn't ask for your problems.
Yeah, exactly. So fuck you.
Yeah, didn't ask for your baggage.
Didn't ask for your problems.
Didn't ask for you and the way you handle your baggage.
Yeah, and
which apparently is to put a hole in the boat and sink everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And when offered help, you just slap it away.
Just slap it away because you think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm not saying that you vote the same, you go to the same churches or temples or wherever you need to go.
Yeah, whatever.
Same grocery store, vet, doctors, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you left a hellhole and complain that the place you're at is not a hellhole and you tried to make it a hellhole, go fuck yourself. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Sure.
So there you go. We gotta look over charts later, because I'm just,
There's really nothing to look at.
Well, I mean, there's the jazzy sticks, or whatever the hell that one chart's called that might pop.
Jasmine.
Jasmine, yeah.
Yeah, find me charts that look like that.
No, yeah, exactly. But honestly, right now, the only two things on my mind is the upcoming concert that I'm basically making you go to. Friday, good. And I'm also looking at the drinks that I brought. I have some hard lemonade, not super big proof, just enough to have fun.
Sure.
And I've got some. I got this drink. I've never seen it before, but I picked it up and I love it. It's this. It's basically Japanese matcha plus green tea, which is kind of an odd thing because matcha is just ground up green tea leaf. Excuse me.
Really?
Yeah, it's like stem and everything. That's what matcha is. And they put it together in a drink, and I love it because it cuts the bitter taste of green tea out of that bottom end of it.
Sure.
And I'm looking at them both, and I'm wondering if I drink both of them, will they fight to the death inside my stomach?
That's a good point.
It's like, will the alcohol and the green tea just cancel each other out?
No.
Why you gotta do this, man? Why you gotta ruin my thought experiment?
I didn't know it was a rhetorical question. I thought you was genuinely seeking information.
Asshole. How dare you try to help me? Exactly. How dare you try to answer my stupid ass question?
How dare you?
So
I have been told I have an answer for everything. Doesn't mean it's right. But apparently I always got one. I don't want to tell you about it.
I don't know either.
I didn't ask for it. It just showed up one day.
I don't know. And sometimes they're just things that you just can't tell people.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
I mean, you can.
You can, but it's going to cause problems.
It is going to cause problems. I don't know. It's a pain.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know, man. What do you want from me?
Yes, and here's the thing.
It's the way it unfolded.
Uh-huh.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gee whiz.
I don't know. I keep trying to, I don't know. I keep trying to kind of help out my ex-coworkers from the warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I don't go out of my way. It's just if it comes up, you see. I'm not trying to stick out my neck to help these guys, per se. It just, if it comes up, then it comes up. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But every time, it's just a conversation of just, hey, the market looks like this, and it's probably gonna do that. And they're all like, okay, and they don't do anything. It's like, guys? Ugh.
Yeah.
They just don't do anything.
Well, no, they won't.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fine. Sometimes people need to get, hit by life a couple times.
You know what's so crazy about it is in the future they'll tell you, you know what? When you said blankety blank, you were right. And then you try to help them again, and they still won't accept it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I
could be rolling
there
around.
There are people that forsake instruction, or people that forsake wisdom.
They aren't teachable.
No, they're just not teachable.
Like, my ass could be rolling around this town in a solid gold Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I would never, ever get rid of my current car, Jareth. Like, unless some kind of horrific thing happens to Jareth, like he gets totaled, whatever, God forbid, knock on wood, whatever thing you do nowadays for, it like that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting rid of that car. Ever. I would just have it tuned up until it ran out of parts and was destroyed. Because I love that car. But I could be rolling around in a solid gold Rolls Royce. I have the latest Armani and or Gucci.
Take it easy.
You know, be obviously wealthy looking.
Okay, now I'm going to talk you off the ledge.
No.
Do you want to jump? Do you?
I kind of do, actually. I don't mean jump off of a cliff. I just kind of want to gently hop into a freshly minted big toy ball pit and just slide my way to the bottom and just stay there for 3 hours.
I guess it's possible.
I know.
You have to raid the nearest Chuck E. Cheese if there's any of
still available. I am not going to that ball pit with all those dirty ass kids and
what do you think happens in those ball pits?
That's why I said newly minted ball pits.
There you go.
They just built it. They just put everything in.
You can buy your own.
Exactly. I might actually do that.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
I might have like just a small dungeon where it's just like a swing set and a ball pit and a bunch of other stuff where
Let's use the word basement, okay?
It's my house.
Okay. All right.
Anyway. I don't know. Even if I do have a house, I think I will still have a swing set. I just can't get out from under it.
No, nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that.
You like motion, you like motion. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's like I would have a really nice rocking chair, swing set, you know, just something where I can rock. Because that's really, really nice as someone who's on the spectrum, as the kids, and as the kids say nowadays, I am apparently classified as neurodivergent. Which that's basically
you know, it used to be shell shock, and now it's post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, that's true.
So first it was autistic.
Mm-hmm.
So
then
now it's going to be
added
neurologically, technologically, supercalifragilisticexpiality.
Yeah.
Divergent. The term is going to
grow.
No,
I know.
The term's going to grow.
Yeah, it's going to grow. Basically, neurodivergent is just a catch-all term for somebody who's just not standard. I
guess.
Or automatic. It's card joke, people.
Get a tattoo with that.
No. I will say this. My biggest issue with, like, you know, because people talk to me about the whole tattoo thing, like, you won't get one, you know, is all that stuff. My issue is, it's not that the answer is no.
Right.
It's just there's not a way nowadays for me to, like, I don't know, get, like, a sleeve, and then, like, 4 months later, I'm going to look at it and go, I want something different, and I can't change it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's like, maybe 1 month I want...
There's businesses anyway that I put marks on my skin, you know?
And like I said, like you said, it's a kind of a fashion statement. It's in, but then again, part of my personality is I don't really do anything that's in.
Well, it's becoming passé. That's
sure.
Why, you know.
Sure, but that's kind of my take on it. It's just there is no way for me to go like, okay, I want on my left shoulder, I want it to be a big skull with a knife in its mouth. You know, and then like next month...
It says, I love you, mama.
Yeah, yeah. And then next month I want to go, okay, I want you to change it to be like the face of Guts from Berserk, and he's got another knife in his mouth. He has 2 knives in his mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hardcore.
Yeah. I can't change it once it's done.
Sounds like an idea for an implant.
Exactly. Like some kind of topical dermal
LCD
implant.
screen.
Yes. I guarantee you someone is going to make that.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
And 3 generations after they make it, then I'll get it.
Sure.
Does that seem fair? Because it's not my skin. It's an LCD. I can change it to whatever pattern I want. I mean, here's a good example. Like, look at... Fuck off. Right. Look at my desktop.
Yeah.
I have it set to where it changes every 5 minutes. Because I can't... I can't...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't have it not be the same background forever because I want it to change. I want something different every time I look at it. Yes, it's the same series of collections of pictures, but it changes every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's my take on it. That's what I want if I was to get into tattoos.
That's coming.
Oh, I know it is.
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know when, but I want it.
Yeah.
I'll fund it one day.
You just created it right there.
Yeah.
You didn't predict it, you created it.
I'm now a prophet, bitch. That is such a dumbass title for that show.
Prophet bitch.
No. That's my next band's name. No, Prophets of Science Fiction. What the fuck did you just say?
Next up, everybody, Prophet's bitch. Brom, 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 brom.
It's gonna be like if Primus and it's gonna be like if Primus and Typo Negative had a crack baby.
Oh my god.
And it was cheating a little on the side with the gorillas.
Yeah, we'll get through that in there.
Anyway, the show I don't know, show, TV special, whatever the fuck, called Prophets of Science Fiction. That is so dumb.
Oh,
Because
well,
here's the thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Prophet, the word prophet, I don't have the exact meaning up in front of me, and I'm too lazy to look it up. Now switching to the green tea to hopefully explode.
Right.
You know, maybe it'll do battle with the alcohol and it'll sober me up, but I don't know. We're about to find out, so. The word prophet, the title prophet, indicates person
Yeah.
that has the ability to see or predict or guesstimate the future,
Yeah.
typically
Right.
based off of what came before. Sometimes you can mix like mysticism in it, like they had a vision. A lot of times it's just you see past patterns,
Yes.
and then you can make a pretty good judgmental judgment
Right.
or a guess on it occurring in the future or when it would
Horseshoes
occur.
and hand grenades.
Correct.
You can land one close enough to make a difference.
Exactly. So
Doesn't have to be on target.
yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of in the ballpark.
Kind of in the ballpark, yeah.
So that's what the word prophet, word and
Technically,
title
yeah.
prophet indicates.
For the most part,
But
yeah.
these science fiction writers, they're not prophets. They didn't see into the future, you know, using the power of mysticism or some kind of second sight from God, the devil, or Cthulhu. And they honestly, and sometimes a lot of it just had to do with they didn't see a previous pattern, like previous iterations of a car, and then just went, what if we had a car that went really fast and didn't have a horse attached to it? They just made some shit up. Like, they got together with their buddies and you know, like, they were like, hey, you know what would be fucking cool? If fucking aliens came down from Mars in these giant mobile, water tower looking motherfucking machinery.
Okay. All right. I'm sure.
And killed us.
I'm sure that the whole, hey man, you know what would be fucking cool? I'm sure that conversation took place.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. More than once.
In different variations and fashions.
Right.
Like, I do not
they can
actually...
they can only deviate from the frame of reference they already...
Yeah, they basically expanded on the frame of reference they had and they basically put a twist on it.
Yeah.
That's not prophecy. That's basically going, hey man, you know it'd be fucking cool. You know, I'm not saying that H.G. Wells
technically...
or Charles Verne, or wait, is it Charles Verne? Jules Verne.
Jules Verne.
Or Jules Verne actually said the words, hey man, you know it'd be fucking cool. But they did it in the equivalent of their language.
His cousin Charles.
Yes.
Charles Verne.
Yeah,
Bert
Verne.
Bert's an asshole. Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's why I think it's dumb as fuck. Yes, it's just a slug line so people watch
they
it.
accentuated
but fuck.
or augmented the frame of reference that they already had. And I used to say, oh, they predicted the future. I don't believe that. I believe now that they created
the future. There is a
They
difference.
actually created an image They put an image in people's minds that some people said, hey, it'd be really cool. It's just like cell phones now look like communicators from Star Trek.
Exactly. That flip phone design, that's straight from Star Trek.
Straight up from Star Trek.
Yeah. Here's how these things get made. You have these creative people who usually have very little, if any, frame of reference to actual modern
I think the majority of them they're not trying to make an impact at all. They're just
trying to tell you a fucking story.
They're just trying to express what's on their mind.
So you have these creative people who are expressing what's on their mind using the frame of reference they have. They're telling a story, but they have this element of, hey, it'd be cool.
It'd be cool.
And then these science fiction comics, novels, TV shows, movies, whatever, they get seen or read by, these fucking science nerds who don't necessarily have the type of creative capacity as these authors do. And they all get together, these scientific nerds and their buddies, they all go, hey, this is fucking cool! Let's make it!
Let's make one.
That's why these early cell phones, these flip phones, look like the communicators from Star Trek.
Absolutely.
That's the same thing. These creative people create an idea, they launch this idea out into the world like ships on a sea. They get picked up by these scientifically oriented people who go, that is fucking cool. I want one. Let's make it.
Yeah, and it's more than just yes, it is a stroke of genius, but what you don't realize is they put 1,000 things out there and one got picked up.
Exactly.
So basically what it means is just put your stuff out there.
Just put your stuff out there.
Yeah, just put your stuff out there.
Yeah.
Whatever comes to you, whatever you think is within you think it's beyond other people or too far away.
I think this is actually sobering me up.
Doesn't matter. Just put it out there.
Just do it!
Just do it.
Just like Shia LaBeouf. Just do it!
Shia LaBeouf.
Do it! I'm screaming in the microphone. Do it! Do it! There's no pop filter.
You're scaring the fish.
All right. I'll settle down.
All right.
Anyway, so...
Tick, 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 tick.
Did I just...
I think you dead-ended there.
I was about to say, I think I killed it.
Yeah. What are you going to do now? You already jumped up and made a very physical move. Now you're going to intellectualize it or something?
Yes.
About the motivations that were taking place.
I am slowly being sobered by this green tea and matcha.
How many of those did you buy?
Just this one. Because here's the thing, I had never seen this before.
Right.
And it was interesting because I just looked at it and said Japanese matcha plus green tea, and I went, that sounds dumb as fuck because matcha is basically just super duper concentrated green tea.
Yeah. And
you put it with less concentrated green tea.
Oh.
But I bought it nonetheless because I was just curious. I was like, hopefully this is good. And it actually is.
Cool.
Because most store-bought green tea... For me personally, it is too bitter on the back end.
Yeah,
it's to the point, it's bitter to the point where it's like, oh God, There's a reason why we evolved to not like bitter things. It's because most bitter things are poisonous.
I try to get that Paul Newman's organic green tea, which is pretty good.
Sure.
But
well, I mean, if you didn't have to, if you didn't have to brew it yourself, I would advocate for stuff like Paul Newman and Lipton, but I have evolved into what is colloquially known as a posh bitch, and I take all my teas to be loose leaf.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite. I think I've earned it.
You definitely have those. You definitely have enough stored, that's for sure.
I have no regrets.
But
anyway.
You'll look better and live longer because of it.
Exactly.
So
it's better than soda.
It's a whole lot better than soda.
I don't mind having a soda every now and again,
Yeah.
Every now and again.
Tea is like 8 out of 10 Soda is like a -3.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
And plus, I can find tea literally anywhere on the planet.
Anywhere.
Yeah, because there is that I have yet to find a culture on this planet that does not believe in some form of tea.
True.
You know, in some form of, hey, you take this plant.
Right.
Or this substance, or this whatever, and you mix it with hot or cold water.
Steep it in hot water.
Hot water, or you cold steep it, and then you drink it. So far, I have not encountered any culture that has not done that.
That's true.
Be it tea, coffee, yerba mate, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Close enough.
You know. I don't know.
Itchy.
No, you're fine. It's okay. So, it's easily accessible. It has got to be the most popular drink on the planet, except for water, I would hope.
Probably.
You know, maybe some places... It's like tea, water, and alcohol. It's like the top 3 best... It's like the top 3 most popular drinks on the planet.
Usually.
Yes.
All right.
Ugh. Yeah,
So,
what's up?
Nothing.
Oh. I'm excited for the concert.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
It is not. It is mandatory that you enjoy it.
I'll take a nap. What's the first set, about 9?
Shit. I think the doors open at 7, and there's like 2 bands going on before them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know anything about
Definitely
them.
9.
Yeah,
Right.
About 9. I don't know anything about them. I was thinking we'd roll up about like 7:45, 8:30-ish. You know? Somewhere in there.
Sure.
It's not that I don't want to miss the first 2 bands. It's just I don't know anything about them.
Oh.
You know? And I do support these people. I'm
Sure.
just like, I don't know
Sure.
who the fuck you people are, so.
I get it.
So. And I'll drive you home.
I won't do anything crazy.
No, I don't expect you to do anything crazy. I'm just,
I don't have the energy.
I know. I'm not going to do anything crazy either because I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to get caught up in the mosh pit like the last time they were at this venue.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. Mosh pits aren't my thing. I like looking at them from afar. I like seeing the whirlpool of people from like up on a balcony because it looks cool.
Yeah, it really does look cool.
Yeah, but do I want to be in it? No.
No.
As a chick, that is probably a dumb idea.
It's a very bad idea.
You know, even if it was like a girls only mosh pit, I don't want to be in a mosh pit.
I love that. Well, I don't love it,
Mm-hmm.
but I find it very interesting that. You ever seen that video footage of the first and the last time Katy Perry did a crowd dive?
No.
They almost ripped her to pieces. I mean, you got this swirling
pit of people.
And most of them are dudes. They're all bloods.
Yeah, that was a. I have not seen it. I don't know. That's a bad.
It's pretty rough. Ladies, stay out of that stuff.
Yeah, no, it ain't worth it.
It ain't. It really isn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do that. I don't disagree with that.
No, they should not.
They should not.
Fact,
No, they should
I didn't even see the footage, but I can already guesstimate what the hell happened.
You know?
No, they should not. You are 100% correct. But the problem is, I don't know what it is when.
I mean, what are you going to do?
I don't know what it is when adrenaline starts running.
You're going to get arrested. Yeah, well, you already been violated, so I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I would do it.
No.
I would do it.
No, I wouldn't do it.
No. But, you got to do your own thing, I reckon.
I get it. I'm just like, I don't know what it is about, like, adrenaline that when that
it drives people crazy.
I know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I guess it's just that primal part of...
It's definitely a primal thing.
The primal part of people's brains that once that takes over, it's kind of just... It's game over.
Right.
Once that lizard brain gets activated, it's all over from there.
You don't have the ability to fight your way out of it. Don't do it. Yeah,
no.
don't get in it.
That's kind of why stuff like mob mentality is, because it's just that lizard and monkey brain that's a part of us just kicks in, and we all group up, and we, and
it just gets ugly fast.
It just gets ugly fast. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try not to pride myself to being this super cerebral person, trying to be 100% Vulcan and Spock-like.
Yeah.
But the problem is that sometimes I don't want to do that either.
No.
When I
do want to get lost in the moment.
Sure.
Sometimes, but there's a difference between, the moment being, like a nice ebb and flow versus a tsunami wave that's going to crash in and destroy everything.
Sure, but even then, I still want to experience that tsunami every now and again. No, not enough to cause chaos in my life.
Right.
Just sometimes it's like
you just want to feel the thrill of riding it.
It's just sometimes it's just that tsunami of emotion and turmoil. You're just kind of like with your arms up, going, "Let it happen." Let it happen!
Yeah.
Whoosh!
Yeah, like going down the first big drop on a roller coaster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel that 100% of the time.
No.
Just enough to where it feels like I'm still a person.
Still a person, still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Not enough to where it's just chaotic.
Yeah,
and not
chaos wears you out after a while.
But even then, sometimes, honestly, that whole trying to be very cerebral is kind of what kept me afloat, like in high school, back when, if I wasn't raised right, I probably would not have been a very good person. I would have been an even worse person than I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't a scumbag. I was just harboring a palpable hatred of humanity and my peers.
Standard teenage stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't look back at stuff like that in shame. It's just, teenager stuff, hormones, your body's still working out all the bugs.
Some people live their entire lives never figure it out.
Exactly.
So you're ahead of the game.
No, I don't look back on stuff like that in shame, just because we're all new to this plane, still figuring shit out in a relatively safe-ish environment. Well, safer than most, I would guess.
Usually don't have to worry about getting eaten from between here and the door.
No.
No.
Sometimes. Career Center was slightly different, but I kind of liked that. It was kind of fun watching the Police Academy people just go after folk. That was kind of fun. About the same level of fun as watching the firemen trainees do their thing. There was this one thing, I loved it every time it happened, and I only saw it like twice, because I was only there for, I saw it 3 times, because I went to the Career Center for like 3 years out of my 4 years at high school.
Right.
And it was, the Career Center, it was basically the high school trade school.
Yeah.
Trade school with high schoolers. So it was kind of more geared to people who were probably not going to college. There's nothing wrong with that, but they still wanted you to not be a shiftless moron by the time you hit 18, Yeah. And I respect that. I think more schools should do it if they don't already. Just teach you a trade. I know how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, and the fucking Adobe bookbinder thing that I hated.
Right.
Fuck that program. And there was this, there was like the contractor home builders department where they teach you it was like the carpentry department. Where their final project was for their class to kind of collaborate and build a little tiny house.
A house?
Yeah, like a little tiny house. It was
Like
not
a set of drawers or a
no, not like a house like we're in. It wasn't even a trailer. It was
like a
basically
shotgun house.
I don't know what a shotgun house looks like.
Oh.
It was kind of like I would say 4 by 4 feet square footing. You know, foundation, the bottom of the floor, the carpet, the walls, insulation,
right.
shingles, the whole 9 yards. It was just like 4 by 4 by like 5 or something like that. It's like a miniature building, basically a demonstration that they knew how to, you know, install.
Oh, like a show house. I think that's what they call that, a show house.
Yeah, that they knew how to.
You really can't live in it.
No, you can't live in it.
Got carpet and furniture.
It's a demonstration.
Yeah, it's a demo house.
Yeah, they're basically showing that they know how to install a carpet, how to set up insulation, how to shingle a roof, how to install a window. You know,
right.
All this stuff. I think there was a little modem of electrical work, but I'm not sure if that was separate. They may have dabbled in it, but I ain't sure. So each of these carpentry classes, they would collaborate and make their own little demo show house to basically show what they knew. The teacher would grade them on that. And then the fire department would set those houses on fire, and each fireman class had to go put out the fire. And that was their final grade.
Shit.
Yes! That was the deal between the carpentry department and the fire trainee department. Okay. Is they would make the demo house, they would get graded on that, and then they would set their houses on fire, and then the fire department trainees would go out and put that fire out. And that was part of their final grade.
All right.
That was awesome! That's collaboration. Because you can't live in those houses. You know,
really.
They're just, if anything, it's a souped up doghouse. If anything.
They're going to burn it down anyway.
But they're going to burn it down anyway. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
All right.
I am A-okay with that.
Yin and yang, baby.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for my brushes to come in. Yeah, like...
Watercolor stuff looks good.
Thank you. I kind of realized... Well, I mean, I knew... Here's the thing. I've recently discovered that I really like watercolor. I didn't think I would.
Right.
You know, but then again, I've never had the opportunity for someone to sit me down and show me how it operates. Because it's not like oil paint. Well, even then, oil's probably not really a good demonstration because you got the oil, like pigment and whatnot, and then you got to mix it with a thinner to make it palatable to go onto the damn canvas anyway. You know, that's why Bob Ross has that wet on wet, so it blends.
Right.
But anyway, watercolor is not something you just pick up and go, per se. You know?
Not really.
Not really. I mean, you can, but, you know.
Right.
There's technique to it. Much like anything else. And I never had someone to sit me down and show me the proper technique.
Right.
Thankfully, YouTube has my back.
Yep.
You know, I will eventually pony up the dough for an actual human to be in front of me as a teacher to show me more.
You need
but
to spend some time in the local museums to take a look at that technique.
Yeah, I do, actually. But, you know, that's going to be later when we get past the big push, as I'm dubbing it.
Yeah, big push.
I'm dubbing it the big push. I don't know what people outside are going to call it.
Nope.
So, I have two brushes with watercolor as of this moment. One is a little itty bitty tiny brush that came with the Newton and Winston palette that I bought with these half pan watercolors in it, which is like 8 colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a professional grade palette.
Sure.
Because if I'm going to pay for something, it better be working.
Okay.
Yeah. I prefer to pay for professional grade product because if it's not because I would rather it be me fucking up versus what I'm using be fucking up. Because I can fix what I'm doing.
Easy.
Sorry, I can fix what I'm doing. But if it's a shitty tool,
Oh, yeah.
I can work around it, but I'm not going to be happy.
No.
So.
Man.
And then I got this old rounded oil paintbrush from the matriarch that she wasn't using. So I just grabbed it because it was rounded and...
Please, any art supplies in this house.
Oh, I know.
Please use.
She gave me her fucking table, I'm appreciative
I'm giving
of it.
you her table. I bought it anyway.
Hey, don't start nothing.
I'm just telling you.
I know you're just telling me. I just don't start nothing.
You go, I wonder if I got... Yeah, yes, you can use it.
Yeah. No, I'll ask her where it's at.
Oh, she don't even know.
Uh-huh.
You start digging through drawers and closets, places like that, and you'll find stuff.
Oh, I know. So,
I could open up a craft store. I could open up a hobby. I could open up a Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. So,
I need a house with a warehouse. But anyway.
Just leave her all the yarn stuff, I guess, because I'm not anti-yarn. I'm just,
Yeah.
I like sewing better anyway.
Everybody's got their thing.
I know. So, I ordered a set, not a big set. I ordered some actual watercolor brushes.
Okay.
And I don't know what the difference is.
I don't either.
I'm about to find out. Because I very quickly figured out what the difference was. There's this YouTube video that, she teaches you, this is how you make a sunflower.
This is how we do it.
The YouTube video about, this is how you make a sunflower. When I'm practicing, because that's what you do. You copy what the teacher's doing.
Sure.
And I started to pay attention to how she's doing it, and I started to slowly realize that while watercolor brushes can retain their shape when you're not pressing it down on the paper or whatever, when you do press it down, it kind of flattens out and disperses color. But the brush I have just stays stiff and doesn't disperse color.
Eureka.
Yeah, and that's when I went, oh shit, I can use this brush, I have been, but it's not what it's designed for.
Sure.
It's an oil painting brush, it's not watercolor. Yes, there is a difference, albeit minute, but sometimes little details like that adds up. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Me
either.
Yeah, I did this. Now, granted, this is kind of crappy looking, but I did this on something called mixed media paper. I know you can't fucking see it, people listening to this.
For the visually impaired at home.
Yes.
I'm going to be feeling the bumps of the painting.
Yes.
This is a tree. I think that's a pig or a brush.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I ain't sure either. Now, crappy painting aside, I don't know.
That's cute.
I think it's cute. Yeah. It kind of looks like something I would have done when I was 5 because I didn't know how watercolor works when I did this. I just did it just as like a demo of what the colors could do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But the actual paper, it warped under the water and the pigment. When it said it was mixed media, you could use dry and or wet. No. Yeah. And that's when I went, man, fuck mixed media.
All right.
Man, fuck that, I got some more stuff over here, some stuff that's like pastels that I'm really proud of. Because I love pastels.
Cool.
When that Center for Art has like a pastel class where they teach you how to make it, I'm signing up for that so hard. Because all the other stuff, oil, I got Bob Ross for that. Not a problem. I found someone on YouTube that'll teach me watercolor. Pastels, it's kind of weird. There is a lot of information, but not a lot of it is broken down step by step by step. You kind of have to go on Patreon or something similar for that. And I'm not above that. I'm not above paying for art lessons or just art in general. At this point in my life, I just need to conserve all the money I've got for the big push.
Yeah.
After the big push, that'll be different.
Be different.
But right now, I gotta hold tight. You see?
Yep. We got a couple months to go for the big push.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not worried about it because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Yeah.
Because if it doesn't happen, well then I don't know what else I'm going to do.
It'll happen.
Yes. Yeah, you told the matriarch she could probably retire / quit her job by
next
summer. That is not a statement you would make lightly.
No, it isn't.
That's how I knew that we were on to something.
Yeah, we are.
Because as inflated as you have been in the past, you have not said anything as monumentous as something like that.
That's true.
To anybody. Doesn't have to be the matriarch. You're not blowing, but here's the thing, you're not blowing smoke up her ass either.
Nope.
So.
Here we are.
Fuck yeah.
And you guys get to watch us.
Exactly. Because I was honestly, ooh.
I know.
I'm actually kind of happy because before the panini, like 2020 was going to be the year I took every single penny I owned. Probably that desktop, probably that monitor, and my dog, and like some suitcase, like a small suitcase of my shit, and I would have gone somewhere else. Not like the big city.
Oh, I got you.
But somewhere else. That was going to be the year where I was like, I'm going to go out and, fucking find whatever the fuck I'm supposed to be doing in this world, you know?
Yep, and then it came to you.
Yeah. Didn't even have to leave home, which is probably the best thing.
Thing I'm enjoying about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I try not to get down about the fact I'm still living with y'all. I don't, because a large part of my generation still is, and that does make me feel better. And you know me, I'm not a slouch.
No.
I'm not a freeloader.
No.
I'm still doing stuff. I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And I'm the family taxi, which I don't mind. Because honestly and truly, if I hadn't quit my job at the warehouse and then the massage parlor, I wouldn't have been able to, be there for when members of our family were ill and
which means
hurting.
We're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Exactly. And that has given me the greatest amount of peace over that whole situation that took place this past summer with my jobs, my friendships, some of my friendships, and my relationships.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was being punished. I knew something was up. It wasn't just me being fucking...
It's weird. I mean, we're all like wired.
Yeah.
Oh, I did something wrong, so now I'm going to be unhappy.
Yeah, exactly.
Something's made me unhappy on purpose. No, life's not like that.
No,
it isn't.
Unless you're doing actual dumb shit.
And if you have to ask,
yeah,
sociopaths when they hurt people, they don't ask.
They don't ask.
No. Was that the wrong thing? They know.
They know. Oh yeah. No, I get it. That's what's giving me the greatest amount of peace over it, is when members of our family were in and out of the hospital, hurting, or they needed someone to be there to take them somewhere, bring them something. I had enough availability in my life to where I could be that person for them.
Now that you mention it, I may need a ride in the morning.
That's fine.
Anyway. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Good. That's what this is all about.
I know. Just the past couple of podcasts, I feel myself getting kind of bitter and angry, and I can't tell if I'm actually upset.
You said this the last podcast.
What?
You said this the last podcast.
Fuck. Anyway. Well, here's the thing.
How cliche.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I can't tell if I'm actually upset or if it's just that whole thing of being young. Because even though I understand that the world's not ending, things have always been this way, it's still, even though I know this, in my heart I know this, it's not me.
Right, that'll give you peace ultimately.
Yes, but it still does not prevent me from going, what the fuck, all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Ah!
Anyway.
Fuck. Okay. Damn. Right.
Chinkle-inkle.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna make ramen again.
Cool. Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Well, ask the matriarch.
Yes. She might like it.
She might.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's it, folks. I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.